A big part of what we do here is also brokering, sourcing, very rare and unique cars. This process can be a little dicey at times because, we come across a lot of issues right off the bat.
Ooh, nice.
That's what we ordered. So the previous owner we sourced this car from actually runs a shop in Japan that specializes specifically in these early 60s Nissans. And it's not hard to see that this was truly his pride and joy. Such a cool car. This is a 1967 Bluebird Triple S. The body itself is Pininfarina design. This is actually the precursor to the Datsun 510 that we got here in the States. They refer to it as a 411. It's an old restoration, but the shop that built it, Autoshiro in Japan, they do these Bluebirds so perfectly.
What I like about stuff from them, because we had one before, there's just all the little things. The closer you look, the more little neat things you see.
All the little details is what makes
parts.
it, man. The modifications he's done to this car make it really, really cool. I mean, even these, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You might see these and think, oh, this is like some crappy rubber, thing you could pick up at the parts store, but
And you could,
to them,
then.
but the big difference is this is like a period 60s piece.
Yeah, it's a Checkman part. Checkman was just basically like an aftermarket company that made a lot of race equipment. If you're able to find good condition Checkman parts, they sell for a pretty penny these days.
I mean, this is a very period circuit style build, so, that's why there's no bumpers on it. It's got the cool vintage Dunlop
The tread pattern
race
is
tires
awesome.
on it. I mean, inside the car, we've got these cool bucket seats. From the seats to the harnesses, I mean, there's so much detail in this car that really shows that not only does this guy know what he's doing, but it takes years and years and years to really put together all that stuff, and that, to me, is what really makes this car truly special. Yeah, it's cool. I mean, you got the map light here. I mean, I don't know if they use this thing for road rallies or what.
Ooh, it still has the clock on the dash, too. That's like something that's usually missing. This one's cool because it's modified to have a series of stopwatches, which I'm assuming would be, for various lap times and things that you'd want to measure, but it's just the old school way of doing it, which is great.
Little bolt-in cage. I mean, this thing it's cool. I love the look. So, this car's a little bit different to where we definitely trust the source. We know the car's been maintained well, but you never really know, from when it was in Japan to when it got here, what's going to work and what's not going to work. All right, well, let's see if we can start it.
It's really just a mystery box. Like, you don't really know what you're going to have until you try.
9 times out of 10, when these come out of the crate, the battery's always dead. Just one thing to double check on. Once we've got that figured out, the next thing we're concerned with is fuel quality. You never know how long that's been sitting in the tank. Filter looks clean, so
There's
it's
not
got
many
oil.
particles in it.
Why don't you go crank it and I'll work the carbs here. This thing has no choke, right?
I think it does.
They're just not hooked up, so we'll see if it runs without it. Okay, go for it. Hold on just one second. We're gonna hold the chokes open, see if that might help.
It's very rare that the car runs at all when it comes off the crate without, having to do a major amount of work. Got oil pressure.
It runs.
It actually ran fairly well here, so that was very nice.